Hey everybody, welcome to Point Fighter Live, and we have an Easter special with Willie Hicks and Regena Thompson. What's going on, guys? Happy Easter, happy
Happy
April
Easter,
Fool's
Alex.
Day.
Happy
How's
Easter, everyone
everything?
out there.
How you doing? Happy Easter.
Yes,
How you guys
yes,
doing?
great, great. So we're back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties earlier. We're gonna have a great show. We're just gonna start off with me right now, and then I'm gonna go down, and you guys are gonna have your show. We got a lot of topics to talk about. If anybody out there is listening, there's a topic you want them to discuss, let me know, and I'll post it, and boom, they'll talk about it. So what's going on, guys? How's everything?
Not much, Alex. Everything's going well. You know, like I said, the first time getting ready for Ocean State this weekend. Been doing a lot of training.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir. Hey, so before we get into the show and the topics, you guys have a seminar coming up right soon at the Grand Slam Open.
yes, sir. We have.
Yes, April
Go ahead, Mimi.
20th, getting ready for Jeff Sushi Doss. So you guys, you need to go out there. You need to sign up because it's gonna be big. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be Lump and I putting a little bit more humor and fun into the series. Loosen up a little bit. It's always good to relax and have fun and be loose. So we're getting everything together, getting that all lined up. Excited about doing that.
Yes, yes. So that's on Friday, right? Friday at what time?
It's Friday from 1 to 3, and it'll be held at the convention center.
Nice, nice, nice. That's great. So it's very. You guys have won that event a few times too, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have won it the last 2 years, so just trying to get for number 3 repeat. You know.
I lost last year to Gina in the finals, but I won the year before. So I'm going for number 2 if I can get it.
Yes, yes, that's good. Yeah, you guys are like, you guys are that's a great tournament for you guys, and you guys are doing the seminar. It's a great
Definitely.
event. It's one of the biggest NBL events too, right?
Yes, sir. It is actually one of the biggest
Yes.
NBL events that's hosted to this day now. Yes, sir.
Yes. Hey guys.
I look at it like it's just an open tournament because he has many different people from all leagues. So like an open tournament, they just because Jeff always has had good competition at
Yeah,
his
he
tournament from
does.
all different leagues.
Yeah, yeah, he's doing a great job with his event, and now he's like the USA president.
He is.
So he's doing a great job.
Yes, and he and his family, they're doing it together, so it's like a family
Yeah,
affair. It's awesome. It's
yeah.
awesome.
No, he's a big fan of the sport too. So it's great to see him having this success with the event. Look at Chris Robinson. What's going on, man?
What's up, baby? Point Fighter Radio, baby.
Power, power.
Power, baby.
Yeah, we can go ahead. Congrats him for yesterday for winning the 1834 heavyweight division at the TKO tournament that we went to. Wayne win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, so yesterday you guys both competed or no?
No, sir. I didn't compete. Chris competed. A few of my students and Mimi competed.
Nice, nice.
I was there. I won one.
Yes, sir. Yes, you guys did awesome. You guys have been competing for a long time, right? Since how long? How long have you guys been competing and active?
Since 1991
Since
for
the
me.
tournament. It feels like the turn of the century. I feel like a dinosaur sometimes. It's been forever. I won my first NBO world title in 91, I believe, or 92. So long time for me. Longer than I want to remember.
Wow, that's a long time. That's a long time. Hey, and Regena, now with the Hayabusa kind of like ending, you were on that team. So, what's the next step? Are you looking to be on another team?
That girl's a free agent.
Yeah.
That woman's a free agent right there. So if you guys trying to have a real senior woman on your team who can fight in the 1835s, there she is right there. I'm telling you, she's been working out. She's been training. Definitely, she has been training.
I hope I can get so lucky. I mean, I'm not giving up on it. I want to still compete. I want to still get out there. My time isn't up. You know, my mom asks me all the time, how much longer am I going to do it? I don't know, Ma. They got a 60+ division. So if I can keep going to that age, I'm good. I mean, I'm good. I love it. I love to compete. I love the fighting. I love to hit people. Just love it. So enough to where I get someone else looking at me, I'll weigh my options. But as of now, I'm just doing it because I want to and I love to, and I'm not giving up on it.
Yeah, wow. You guys, that's one thing that you guys have when I see you guys fighting. You guys have that passion and that drive.
That's for sure.
So, yeah.
You should see it when I'm teaching as well. It's a mess.
Yeah, that's great.
He's psycho. He's a maniac.
It's a mess. So when I'm teaching it as well, I show that passion also. I'm sure some of my parents can vouch for that.
Yes, he does.
Mimi, I'm sure some of my parents can vouch for that.
He does. I'm sure awesome. They can too, sir. I'm sure.
Hey, so you guys have the show. We're going to talk about a few topics. What do you guys want to start off with? And then what I'm going to do is we'll start off with one topic, and then I'm just going to come out of the show, and then I'll feed you guys topics on your screen. You'll be able to read it. If you guys listening out there, you have a topic they want to discuss, that you want them to discuss, let me know. Message me or comment it, and then we'll share it up there. And just we got, Lump and Mimi, we're here. That's it, live.
Hey,
right,
Alex, and also tell them, don't ask no questions they don't want truthful, realistic answers for.
That's right.
Talking to
because we will be 100.
100, exactly. 100 is great, right?
100 is
great. Always entertaining. Hey, so what do you guys want to start off with today?
Mimi, what would you like to start with?
Since we were at the regional yesterday, we can start with regional prize money.
That'd be awesome.
I think that everybody loves regionals because, they have their local. You can take your underbelts there and get them some experience, teach them some learning lessons. But I think also time for them to see you on a local level, especially if you're a fighter and things like that, and they don't get a chance to see you because they don't actually travel nationally. Local and regional tournaments is the opportunity for them to see you. So I believe that all regional and local tournaments should give the same amount across the board. Now, when I say that, I mean a reasonable amount. I'm not asking you to give $1,000 or even do a totally separate or different weight division or anything like that. I'm just asking that you give something that's reasonable and worth you coming out and bringing your students to.
What's a good amount?
Reasonably, I would say from 200 and up. 200, 250, 300. Now, I know some national tournaments give 300. And again, that's not what I'm asking for. I'm not asking people to compete with each other to see who could give the most money. I'm asking you to give the amount of money depending on the local support that you get and the ability and the talent that you have at your tournament. Make it worth it. Make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you think, Willie?
I'm
gonna have you, Willie. I'm gonna have you talk on the topic. I'm gonna exit out. I'll be watching in the lobby, and I'll be posting the questions up there.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Stay close, Alex.
I'm right here. I'm listening. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, here we go.
All right. My thing is, been living in 3 different states, competing on all type of circuits. I always seen different money at different tournaments. The thing is, our sport been getting away $100 at a local event since 1922, I guess I could say. Way back there. For Bruce Lee to beat Chuck Norris, he'd have got $100. You guys not telling me y'all would have gave them that.
Right.
Compared to Raymond Daniels fighting Trevor Nash, for $5,000 and stuff like that. The blessing was I did get to come into martial arts at the early 90s, so I definitely got to see what big events looked like, nighttime finals looked like, and also my instructor winning some pretty good money.
Indeed.
We watch basketball grow. Now these players are making some good money. Football grow. These players getting money. The talent grown. So, guys ask us to come to their tournaments. bring our students. We take students to the tournament, so that's all automatically a help for their event. A help for our students to get better. A help for our students to understand more about competitively sporting. But then again, you ask us to compete. It's what you asking me to. Not back in the day, we paid maybe $25 to fight for $100. Now you asking me to pay you $50 to fight for that same $100.
Sometimes it's more than the 50.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's even more than the 50. So that's one of my things. Certain tournaments I won't even get dressed at. Because I feel like locally, as good as we are, we give the crowd a show. We're there more to entertain the crowd than to win the money. So to look at us like, oh, I'm gonna give you this $100. So basically, I'm gonna give you $50 to entertain my crowd that I made thousands of dollars off of. Sometimes I don't feel like it's right and it's fair. And sometimes I try to prove a point to the promoters when I don't get dressed. That you guys are doing us very unfairly. You had yesterday.
You hit them with the Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, yesterday. Oh, you stupid! No, I will not get down. Well, I'll get down on the knee. I will get down on the knee. I will get down on the knee. But my thing is, we had over 10 competitors, black belts total yesterday. You think about it. That's at $50 a head. You just made $500 off of that, and you gave away a total of 200. For men and women 100 each. That's just not right. And then you just make us look like we're not professional fighters. The difference in California for an amateur and a professional is $100 and $99. $1 make a difference. From being an amateur and a professional. AOK events give away $100, and you're supposed to be a higher event. Pushing us to be more out there, world class, and
on a higher level. Right,
yeah,
a higher level.
And you leave us with that. So, yesterday it was a nice event. He had over 400 competitors. So right. You guys can only imagine what that looked like. And then to look at us like, this is what we're going to give you. He gave away a beautiful jacket. Don't mess with
beautiful.
Texas.
I have one.
Yes, I know.
Don't mess with Texas.
I liked it.
Don't mess with Texas.
I liked it, but I wouldn't have paid $50 for it. You know me. But, that's just me.
I understand, sir. I understand. And one other thing about the tournament yesterday was that it was very well run.
Very well run.
Out of there at a regional.
Yes, before 4:00.
And everybody judged and everybody did everything that they needed to do to get those divisions run, because he had a lot of children, a lot of kids, those divisions. And so that we were out of there before the sun set, because we have been at longer than we're supposed to, and yesterday was a good thing, and I'm glad. Maybe it was because it was the holiday, the Easter weekend,
and everybody was trying to get up out of it.
Everybody wanted to get out, but I'm thankful. Yeah, I'm thankful that it worked out that way. I'm very thankful because we got out of there really early yesterday, and it was a big tournament for us to get out of there as fast as we
did. Also a big shout out to Team Gypsy fighter Chad Cannon for winning the overall yesterday. He had two tough fights in that finals yesterday. So he definitely, for him to pull that off, and I haven't saw Chad out there in quite some time. I have definitely get a big shout out to him. ASG sponsor.
He won, I think, the forms too. He won forms, I believe.
Oh, awesome! So he came and swept the event.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, Chad Cannon, man, awesome young man. I've been knowing Chad since he was probably about 9-10 years old. Back on the GOP days, their first GOP originals.
Exactly. He's like RG. They like babies to us, our little brothers.
Yes.
I see our first comment, bro. You see that first comment?
No, ma'am.
Is there fair judging in the sport?
Is there fair judging in the sport?
Comment.
All right. I don't see it, but maybe you can start that, because if I cut you off, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
But
we got love for
each other. You know it. And you know how I feel about the judging situation.
To answer your question, Omar, that it depends on where you are and who's fighting, I think. So I guess that's on the end of no. It's completely, because when I say this, I think that sometimes I've gotten calls to go my way and some that I've gotten to not go my way, and it has benefited me and it is not. So I think it kind of is like, it worked both ways. It really does. It just that discourage you from getting out there and fighting. Use it as a learning lesson.
That's it.
If you feel like the judges are not on your side at one tournament, then I think that you should try to fight and work to where you don't leave it in the judge's hands.
No, or
the next time
me buy them a drink at the bar that Saturday night. You know, they appreciate you then. You know, I'm just saying the inside. You know,
Indeed.
I see it.
Indeed. Indeed, I'm sure that they appreciate that too. You buy that judge a drink, they're gonna remember that, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, I remember when I got that drink." So, you know what? Let me give them the extra point. Yeah. You know, that might help them out. You know, try
that. To me, is it no? It's yes and no. You know, like Mimi said. You know, I have went calls that went my way. I have had calls that didn't go my way. That's caused me fights. That I actually felt like I scored at that point in time, you know. So like you said, you win and lose and you learn from it, you know, go back to the drawing board. One thing that Mr. Potter used to tell us is that if you leave it in the judge's hand, that's what will happen. You know, so I always put that into my students, you know, don't blame the judges, you know, you left it in their hands, you know, and judges have an opinion. That's what they call him by. They're calling you opinion that they see in from an angle. You know, some judges got LASIK, some judges need it. Some judges have glasses, some need it. But they call it off of opinion and off from angles of what they think they saw. Another thing is, I feel like some judges, by the time different divisions are over, I'm not going to say anything about it, forms of weapons, but they're pretty bored. You know, they're pretty wore out by sitting in that chair all day. You know, now you're asking them to be on their feet, you know, and some of these judges don't get paid to do that.
Right.
So they don't have anything to look forward to. They just help you with your event because they've been there all day and they don't want their parents frustrated with them. So you have some that will just call. You have some.
I know some people judge just because they look like it gets them involved. Yeah. They're out there being a part of the show. They just want to be out there and say, "Oh, I had a chance or an opportunity to be on the mat or in the ring with these two great fighters," and the wrong reasons, I believe. Yeah. You know, do it because you're good at your job. You want to help the sport grow. You want to help the sport get better. But don't do it you need to know yourself and find out if you know the right reasons versus the wrong reasons.
You know, and then
hey, I see you. I see you.
And then you know
how do we choose which event? How do you choose which event you go to, Lon?
How do I choose which event I go to?
Yes, sir.
Well, I choose if they're gonna fly me in that bad boy and say, "Hey, got somewhere for you to stay, free." You know, no, I'm just playing. Really, I don't really, you know, team wise, you know, I give Mr. Potter, you know, what I think we as our team. Well, actually, let me just say that team wise, the team comes together and we tell coach, you know, what events we all can be able to make it to, and then he decide which ones are more best for us to be at. You know, so we don't have the bias situations. And then sometimes he likes for us to go in the doghouse and take that dog off the chain and show them what's up. You know, I'm just saying, inside joke. Wink, me, you know. But
remember the days, brother.
But that was the young really, honestly, like I say, you know, I don't really choose events off of how much money they give away, unless it's like really putting me in the hole. You know, like I said, I've been going to Jeff Dawes tournament for quite some time. These last few years, that's been out of my pocket, personally out of my pocket to go to his event. You know, not sponsored to be there. You know, not sponsored entry fee, not sponsored hotel room. But you know, Jeff Dawes and I have a very close relationship. So I feel like he gives a great event. I see the work that he's trying to put into the event, and it's growing, and I want to be part of that growth. Compared to somebody else's event, you know, I probably go to just because my students probably wanted to be at that event. That's probably a good workout for them to be at. But when it comes involved to me, it really don't matter. I really kind of go more if I can see that competition.
Yeah.
You know, to really test my skill, you know.
What kind of fights am I going to
Exactly, you know, how many fights can I get? You know, guys, I'd have been at tournaments and got thousands of dollars and only had 2 fights. And I'm telling you, walk straight out the door with that. To where I'd have been to tournaments for $500 and had real competition to get that money. You know, so I kind of try to follow where the competition is, you know, and I kind of follow, you know, where my squad gonna be and where my squad want to be. I also have my own home squad down here in Houston. You know, Mimi's being part of one, Garrett's being part of one, Martha's being part of one. Chris Robinson being part of one. Then we got the young Jarrell Griffo, Big Swole. You guys haven't saw it yet, but you guys better watch it. Chris Robinson got a cousin. Got a cousin coming for you boys. I better watch out. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Good deal.
So, Mimi, how do you choose?
Question, because I have children, it really depends on the school and when I can get away. But it really does depend on the competition. And I also look at karate history that I always like to go to as far as the competition, as far as being run well, as far as giving the grand championship money. Then I want to go. And one of my big things now is a tournament that I feel like I've never actually won. I want to still try to put that on my resume to say that I actually won once. One of those tournaments is being Chan's tournament. His tournament is in a couple weeks in Austin. The Syntec actually been there, but what I've heard, I believe this is the 5th or the 6th year they had it long.
I think so.
What year is it for him?
I think it's
something like
5th.
that.
I think this is the 5th. I also haven't been to Syntex yet, which that's one on my list to be able to go to. Chance is an awesome person who I also have a personal relationship with.
Some good competition. Gypsy also has Alyssa on there, who's a great woman fighter. But he also gives good prize money for a local tournament.
Exactly, for
Austin.
a local event down here.
For women. He's giving $300 for forms. So anybody that's close in Texas, you need to get over to Austin on what is that? The 14th,
April 14th, Austin. And that's also a place I never got to see the actual city of. So
we need to go.
I went to Gypsy Open and they gave away a beautiful overall. And I literally went down there just to win that overall. They gave away a crown. And I don't have one of those. So to go get that was more on my mind compared to, he's gonna weigh $300. That was the bonus part to me. The money is always the bonus. I always love to see these kids, love the way I fight, come up to me, want to take pictures. That's what I look forward to more fighting at these tournaments than I look at, these promoters trying to keep an extra dollar in their pocket instead of trying to keep more competitors want to be in a tournament.
Another one that I'm looking to next weekend is the WKU Luis tournament. I've never done WKU before. I'm looking to try that out next weekend in Austin. That'll be my first time again doing a WKU tournament, so that'll be something. We're gonna see how the competition is over there. I know Mexico itself has great fighters, so I'm looking to see what the WKU brings. I see you, Omar. Omar posted a question: what team is next, JPM or maybe proper? You mean as far as taking over team fighting? He said JPM.
What did he ask you? What did he ask?
What team is the next JPM? Is it proper?
What team is the next JPM? Is it proper?
Yeah.
That's hilarious, Paul Mitchell. What is the next team? Actually, it's crazy that you say that. But they look like they look like that's what they're pushing to be.
They picking up
1,000 good people. But how many are you going to use when it's time to team fight?
How many teams are gonna have?
And then when you go to a tournament, are you going to bring your whole 50 squad deep up to the event? Because you want to have 2 in a division. I like that. 2 in a division, but also Junior is an ASG sponsor. So the fact of him going out there, grabbing some good fighters, putting them all under one, like he said, he has a West Coast team, a Mexico team, and his own little South team in Florida. So that's a big shout out to Junior. He knows the game. Junior been around a very long time. He knows the game, so he knows what it takes.
Brother, Raiders brother.
Yes, exactly. Tell him go back to the days. Yeah, Sherman Old.
Go back.
The Raiders.
Team Kanai, Carl Kanai.
Back then.
That's where we've been doing it a long time together.
Yeah. So Omar definitely gonna say they're gonna be the next one. Somewhere.
How do we? Richard posted a question, Osborne Jr. How do we get more unity along the circuit?
How do we get more unity? When we get, for the fighters wise, when we get them to come together. You know, it's crazy that if you have 100 people go to a tournament and all 100 supposed to protest the event, it can't be 99. That's not unity. Because that one person is like, oh, when they're still going to give that $1,000 away, so I'm going to go get that $1,000.
I want that.
Yeah.
No, everybody else
is protesting.
So I win. I get that easy win for that $1,000. So I'm gonna go. You go protest.
It don't even matter.
I'm gonna be over.
They always here. They just miss their division. You know, I'm gonna take that money, and you know that's not unity. You know,
right.
You know,
right.
If we go back and look at what Nasty Anderson, Billy Blanks, them, Mr. Plowden, Tony Young, you know, what those guys tried to do for the Jotties, the Raymonds, the Trevors, you yourself, you know, those open doors, and you know, to watch the sport just decrease, man, it's just like it's crazy. You know, I was watching one of these interviews with Jotty, and I heard him saying there that the players are not important at the events. It's the promoters. That's who want to be the rock stars. It's not who you bring into the event. Is how much I'm going to make, and you make it off of us. You know, when you go to these big events, we go to these big events. They're there to see these great fighters. They were there to see those Raymonds. They were there to see those Jack Feltons. They were there to see the Mimis, the Lumps. You know, the Travers. You know, the Robbies. All of those. So, you know, you guys asked for us to pay to come. Entry fee, feed ourselves, sleep, have somewhere to sleep.
Hotel,
yeah, you know, all pretty much it costs us anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to come to your event, and in return, you want to give us back $1,000.
Breaking even.
I don't gamble like that. My mama said, if you're gonna gamble, you at least better get some out of it before I whoop your ass. Yeah,
I got you. Now look, we got another one. Omar, he posted a lot. I guess Omar got a lot on his mind.
That's good. I got a lot on mine too, Omar.
I can't say his last name, or I would, but maybe he can break it down for me. But who is the next Raymond Daniels?
Who is the next Raymond Daniels? To me, there should not be another Raymond Daniels.
So it should be someone better than Raymond Daniels.
Exactly.
How we
now that, and my thing is, whoever that person is, they should be called by their name. You know what I'm saying? Before Raymond became Raymond, you know, and you guys went out here talking about, well, who's going to be the next fighter? You had a lot of different people that everybody was looking up to. You know, Raymond was an awesome fighter, a very awesome fighter. You know, I beat Raymond the last 2 times we fought. You know, so you guys sitting here talking about somebody who's been retired for over a year, who's going to be the next him. Now, don't get it wrong. Raymond have accomplished some things that I haven't accomplished. You know, winning Irish Open 10 times.
20 times.
Yeah, you know, winning Rolex Challenge in a row 20 times. You know, so the things he's accomplished, I haven't accomplished. But, you know, you have other fighters out here who have beaten Raymond, who have their own name. You know, Willie Hicks, you know, Zolt Maradi. You know, guys have their own name. So, you know, it's not about who's going to be the next one. It's going to be who's going to be better than him. And right now, our sport has so much talent. So much talent. We don't know.
So much talent.
You know?
Especially in those junior divisions, too, with those boys, those guys.
Bailey Murphy has a chance to be better than Raymond. You know what I'm saying? Yakub has a chance to be better than Raymond. You know,
he need to be on a little video game.
Yeah, Tyree Pierre has a chance to be better than Raymond. So you have so much out here to be better than him. The question is, who's going to be better than him? We don't look to be at the same level as that person once they stop. Then you equal.
Right.
We look to go above them, you know, and hopefully my fighter is going to be the next one better than Raymond. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Come on, people, keep those questions coming in.
Oh, there we go. Fantasy match. Raymond Daniels versus MVP in a full contact match. Now, guys, I've been around, and I have actually watched these guys battle in a point fight. Quite numerous times. Close. I mean, battle. They battle. And
should have sold tickets to and had my
popcorn. Sitting right there in the front row seat. They should have had me had a little bit right there.
In the corner.
I could have had sort of extra spectator pass in. But MVP versus Raymond Daniels. Me, honestly.
Okay, if I'm to be 100, be honest, and this is not just because you know my saying, I always bet on black. You know, I would honestly say that I would still pick RD. And I think his arsenal as far as how he beat him in the point fights. If no one knows, I don't believe MVP has ever beat Raymond in a point fight, which
he
I've
hasn't.
witnessed.
He has not, never.
I think MVP in those fights that I saw, he gave it his all.
Yes.
To beat Raymond, and he didn't get over that hump. But in my opinion, Raymond, the what makes him great is that his getting over that hump never ends. He can always learn or do something a little bit more to achieve the things and the goals that he wants to when it becomes him being the best fighter. Now, like him watching him and Jotty, Raymond and Jotty fight. I know that Jotty is great, and I believe that Raymond was the young dog that wanted to come in, that wanted to fight. And what made them so great was that they were two men that were fighting with the same mentality and the same drive. Is I am the best. I want to continue to be the best. So I have to beat the best. And I think the one thing about MVP, he hasn't had some of those wars that Raymond has had to help build him to the fighter that he needs to. I'm not taking anything away from him and the things that he has accomplished and the path and the road that he took to get where he is. It's just that I've seen more from Raymond. You know, I witnessed Raymond and what he did. You know,
now me, fight number one, because it will have to be more than one fight.
Yes, a rematch clause.
Yes, guaranteed it will be a rematch. But I'm gonna tell you guys this, like BB said, you know, MVP have not had some of the wars that Ray had, but MVP took some of the losses that Ray hasn't. And me personally, I see a different animal in MVP when I see him in that cage, in that boxing ring, compared to that point fight. There's one thing about that point fight is that referee is going to say stop. Every time somebody's touched. Every time somebody's touched. Now, Raymond, beautiful kickboxer. Gorgeous. He tried to take the point fighting fighters and give them a more heart to something else. I saw that as well. But I also saw Ray go down in a kickboxing fight. In a full contact fight. I have seen Ray go down a few times.
He can't ground fight.
Yeah, definitely. You know, without the ground fighting in, we got to practice. You know, but I honestly think that first fight, you know, MVP. I really think MVP will pull that first fight. Like I said, he's a different animal in that cage. You know, a different animal in that ring. You know, I watched this boxing fight. The confidence he has in there is not like the same confidence he had in that point fighting ring. You know, I see a different confidence in him.
It is big.
Yeah, it is way bigger. You know, and once again, nobody hasn't stopped him yet in that kickboxing, nor in that cage, nor in that boxing ring. That boy is still on top of what he is, undefeated over there. But like you say, point fighting helps you grow. You know, he probably had some wars over there with some other fighters. You know, Robert McMillan, Zoltnim. You know, a lot of good fighters. But yeah, he has never beat what's the name. Go ahead.
Right. I got you. All right. Well, we're going to move on a little bit. Yeah, we're going to move on a little bit to our opinions on face mask. And I'm going to start this one because I'm from the great state of
Wait. No, because I got to take it back before they even started this rule with it. Okay? Let me take it back a little bit. The first maybe four people I actually got to really watch wearing face masks was first Anthony Price.
Okay. Yes.
Big cousin Nancy Price, Auntie Noreen, and Jotty. Right. You know, I actually was watching them fight in face masks. And I had got me one. Back then, I thought it was cool to have. You know, I wasn't looking at it as, oh, it's there to protect my face more than, oh, I look nice out here fighting. You know, I'm a young buck out here. I wanted to look good fighting. But compared to now, me, I'll let you get it out. But back then, when no face mask. But you know, I thought it was cool to have. Now,
see me being again from Texas, and you know, people that don't know, Ishmael Robles is my instructor, and we never had any issues with face masks, or anyone that actually wanted to wear one. We barely wore headgears. Okay, people. We worked out, and trained, and people wore face shields or face masks were the ones that had injuries, broken noses, maybe got an elbow to the face, use something to heal. We also had like maybe some of the kids that had braces or retainers, something like that, to where they needed protection. And saying anything is wrong with it, but me personally, I don't like recycled air. A face mask is not. I want fresh oxygen. Okay, and if I can't get it, I'm old now. I'm up to 80, and I will faint. So I would say ban all face masks from tournaments unless it's medically proven and shown that you need it. And if you don't, you don't. But all jokes aside,
well,
I think that
Mimi,
a face
what
shield.
about your students who is scared to get hit in the face, and they want to wear it, they feel more comfortable. You can make more money with them wearing it at your school than you could with them without wearing it. How do you bring them to the event? How do you take them to an event? Wait, listen. How do you take them to an event that that doesn't have face masks? How do you get them involved? If we get face masks banned from events in junior divisions because of we can get banned the ring stars, and that's another thing. Yesterday we had kids out there with ring stars on fighting kids with no face masks on, no chest protectors on.
Right. I think it
and
should be
face contact was allowed.
Make it an option, just those people that want it, like you said, the kids that are afraid. Now, the first thing I would teach my kids that were afraid of getting hit in the face would be hand down, hand down. And as long as you keep your hands up, nobody's going to hit you in the face like Miss Regina. So if you can take Miss Regina's
big
punch,
shout out to me and Marcel Lasby right there for that one. Hands down, man's down. Big Marcel
yes,
right there.
you get hit in the face, and I get hit in the face so many a times. Everybody know that it has hit me in the face. But I don't wear face shields, so I must like getting hit in the face because I've never worn one, and I don't think I'll ever wear one unless I need to medically.
Yeah.
But again, for the kids that need it or want it or feel more protected, I think it should be. I don't think it should be a mandatory rule for the people that don't like it, like me. Give them an option of choice.
I say ban that thing. Put it out here. Take it off. Take it off and fight. It's a fight because the bad thing is martial arts is teaching you, how to be able to defend yourself in personal, serious situations. If you're in the middle of a street fight, what you're gonna do? Tell them to hold on, don't punch you. That you're gonna put your face mask on. You can't do that,
exactly.
And our point fights are a symbolize of control type street fighting, So I feel like they should be banned,
I know sometimes
we also a semi-contact who makes accidents. Now look at us. Now we have the rule of wearing elbow pads.
Oh, we got another question.
Corruptions in politics in the sport. Corruptions.
Corruption.
Well, every sport is gonna always be corrupted. Every sport's gonna always have politics. The bad thing is the politics in our sport has decreased it. Our competition, you have schools out there who have 400 or 500 students in there, and they don't do tournaments. That instructor is not willing to lose his monthly income behind the politics that go on at events. Mimi, what you have to say about that one?
I feel as far as corrupted or corruption in sport karate, I don't really believe that there is corruption. When I think of corruption, I think of
criminal,
the bad, huh?
Criminal.
Yeah, exactly.
Freaking criminal. The man that shot the Easter Bunny.
Now, when you say politics, I definitely believe politics are in karate. And that comes from all levels. When I say all levels, I mean from the promoter to the judging to the security, if you want to say, because I've been somewhere like I want to go in the same little entry hall that someone else want to go, but because I'm not on a certain team with these people, they don't let me through, but they let these people through. So I think it is more politics.
More than corruption.
it's just something that we have to kind of work on.
But
And
if
address
we can't work on it if no one never speaks up about it.
exactly. I was going to say that if we don't address it, it's always going to be
It's going to stay
something
the
like that.
same.
It's always going to be like that.
It's going to always stay the same.
Top 3 things to improve in the sport.
Say that again.
Top 3 things to improve in the sport.
Promoters need to work with promoters more better, not betterly, but better. And meaning, I'm speaking of NBL promoters and NASCAR promoters. They need to come together. Damn all that I'm gonna have my tournament on the same day you have yours because I don't want nobody to go to your tournament. That's not right. That's not fair. And that really irks me. So the number one thing is I think promoters need to cut the ego stuff out. Excuse my language, I'm not gonna say it, but the ego poop out. Get out your feelings. You guys can work together, man. It's 4 or 5 weeks in a month. Like, damn, how do you guys sit back and be like, oh, you know what? Well, this only weekend I can choose my venue. This only weekend my venue is open. That's bullcrap. Because you knew that you wanted to have your event that weekend, you should have already been on top of it. So to be having your events on the same day as other big events, man, that's a hurt to our sport. That's why some events have competition here and some don't.
Right.
And I'm speaking of the 2 top events in our North America's area, and that would be NASCAR and NBL. Those were back in the 90s were 2 awesome sides to be going to. 2 different events because you had different competition on both ends. Some people didn't do NBL because they didn't like the rules. Some people didn't do NASCAR because they didn't like the rules.
Right.
That was fine, but their events was not the same weekend.
I'm gonna hit on number 2. I'm gonna say everybody, and this goes for all those ladies out there. I'm always gonna be pro woman. Go women.
Of course.
Go girls. Give the same amount for grand. Men get the same. Women get the same as men. Don't just because men have 30 people out there in a division and women only have 5 or 10. Don't give them $2,000 and give us $500. That is nowhere. That's not fair at all. And that the same thing that they do. Some women out there believe that they. So you afford to give us. I don't think it's fair. Now, if you do have less, then that means that you need more as a promoter. Get those women, bring them out there, and give them some incentive to be there. Giving less money is not going to give them any reason to come to your tournament if they don't feel like everything is on the fair and up and up.
Yeah. What do you think about number 3? I definitely agree with number 2, just because I do have you, Morgan, Verona, Jenna Thornton. You guys are ladies that are very close to me.
Exactly.
And also, team wise on the team with me. So I definitely don't think it's fair, that you guys definitely don't get at least 75% to what we get. 75% to what we get at least.
Have a division where you pay your entry fee. And this
Same
could
price.
be for men, for women. And then you just give that entry fee back to the winner. Don't take that cut. Don't do that. You can do great that way. All the women that you have out there fighting and paying their money to compete, instead of taking a cut of it, give that money back. Yeah, I pay $80 for a division. And if you have all those women in the division, you give that as a grand champion award. You give that as the prize money. Stop trying to make it seem like it's because women don't show up. No, we there because I'm there. If I can get there, I am there, people.
And then once again, Mimi, this is my point to the women. Ladies, if you guys don't stand up together 100% at an event to show them, we're not playing, we should be treated equally as the men, instead of one of them saying, oh, you know what? Well, Morgan's not going to fight today. Mimi's going to bow out and Gina's going to bow out. So that's 3 ladies I know that's going to be automatically out the grand. I'm going to go get that check. The point was missed there. The promoter didn't understand what you guys were. Yeah, the promoter didn't understand what you guys were pushing for. So this person over here still took that $200-$300 while you guys still paid that $80 to compete.
Right.
So ladies, you guys have to come together. I definitely have to agree with Mimi on that.
Right. Kind of like the Warrior Cup. He started giving the Warrior Cup because who was it? Gina, Chelsea, all of those women made a stand. We're not going to fight. We're not going to do this because we're not getting a Warrior Cup.
That's not
just
right.
Like the men.
I want one.
And I so thought that was a good idea.
You have a Warrior Cup?
It worked out.
You have a Warrior Cup?
No, sir. I've never won a Warrior Cup. The year that I won WKA, I'm sorry, AKA was the year that they stopped doing it. I fought Dottie White in the finals.
Is that it?
I did not get a Warrior Cup, and that was the only time I've actually been to AKA. I've never been. Alex is putting up a comment. Should a team be disqualified for a KO in the round? You from Texas?
Well, you know what? Let me tell you this. I have been witness at an event where a team has been disqualified because of altercation that the last two fighters have had. I have been part of that, and I definitely felt like that was a wrong move to do. If the last two fighters are having an altercation and the center judge is not controlling that altercation, then you should not disqualify the whole team. You need to just bow them out. Whatever that score is, that's how it goes. For a player being knocked out, right? For a player being knocked out, this is totally different than we scrapping. A player being knocked out with a clean technique, as long as those two guys are not jumping in the ring, you know what I'm saying, blatantly after this guy has been knocked out.
He should. The rest of the fighters should not pay for him being knocked out either. My belief.
No.
Give him smelly salt, wake him up, put him over here on the side, send him to the ER, whatever you need to do. But the other people need to continue to fight, or even if it's the last fight, whatever that score is, that's how the fight is.
I mean, even although we are semi-contact, semi-light contact sport, hell, we tend to hit each other sometimes. Hell, especially men. Men have.
I like to hit somebody sometimes.
Yeah. I definitely like to hit some people sometimes. I don't have the name lump for not hitting people sometimes. So if I was the last fighter and I cracked John Blow in the face with this ridge hand and broke his nose, I don't feel like my team should be disqualified for that. I feel like me as a player should be disqualified, and that team should be awarded a certain amount of points.
What about Blow for not keeping his hand up? He don't get a penalty point?
No, not with a ridge hand. That's what blocked it. He could have blocked it with his nose like he did. Ridge hand silly. Boom.
Man down, hand down, man
down. Man down. Now a back fist, I'll probably be a little pissed about. But a ridge hand is definitely old school, and it definitely comes from a wild swing type position compared to a back fist. Now, if you got an easy bleeder in here, then he need to not fight. Or get a damn face mask and fight at those tournaments. You got to have a face mask on. Don't get in front of me with a face mask on. I hate them shits. I hate hurting my toes. I kick those things and my toes hurt. I done had my toe go through one of the people's face masks. Nastiest feeling. Feeling. My big toe is crooked.
Here come the White. What are some adversity obstacles you guys have had to overcome as young fighters or upcoming fighters to make you a fighter you are today? I don't know if I read that right. Hold on, wait a minute.
Read it again.
What's some adversities, obstacles you guys had to overcome as a young fighter or upcoming fighters to make you the fighter you are today? What he's saying, what is some of the upcoming fighters need to do? Or what can they do?
What can they do to get prepared for some of the fighters that's already in there? Shit. Get used to getting hit. That's going to be the first answer I'm going to give you. Straight up. Because I'm going to tell you now. Us men, from the experience of me being a junior going into the men's division. Big shout out to Richard Plowden. I thank you, Daddy. That you put me in the men's division when I was 13 years old. So I really got to see what a man hit like at 13 who wasn't part of my karate school. So it wasn't the same as another junior. Right. I promise you. It is not the same feeling. Getting used to getting hit. Man, getting used to have pressure on you that you never had before. Some kids come in there like, oh, yeah. Some kids come in and be like, oh, God, I'm finna fight so-and-so. Man, they done won this, they done won that, and you're fighting their name and you forget how good you are. Right. Or you're winning and you're winning, you're up a few good points and you're used to being like this in the junior division. But you're not used to these other fighters coming back into the fight like that. You guys have to be used to that pressure. Pressure is going to be a big thing. But if you guys set y'all mindsets, man, if y'all mindsets are to be that champion, to be those winners, you guys have to go after it. What I was doing was I was studying those fighters. I knew I was going to fight Raymond Daniels one day. I knew I was going to fight Damon Gilbert one day. I knew I was going to fight Trevor Nash one day. So I used to sit at their rings and watch them fight.
Well, you know, we had it a little easy because Ploud made us a playbook on SES.
You guys had it easier. I never got the playbook.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So my playbook, he never gave me a copy. I missed that day of training. So he never gave me a damn copy of the playbook. So, but he taught me how to be able to write my own plays. You know, right. And I'm telling you guys, I'm definitely thankful for that because that man pushed me to my max. And I never knew how good I actually was until, you know, he really, really pushed me. And then to be prepared to fight those Raymonds, man, I stepped in front of him knowing that I was about to fight him. You know, it's 2 minutes.
The one thing I can tell them is when they get up there, don't be starstruck.
Don't be. You're supposed to be there.
Go out and fight and make yourself the bigger person out there. And when I say the bigger person, make yourself the star. Those people, to continue to be at the level that they are, they have to continue to beat you. Or they have to continue to beat the people that are not known. So if you go out there and you do what you're supposed to do, being that underdog, you can wipe all of that out. So I think everybody should go, no matter what. Go out there and put it all on in the ring.
And then another thing would be you guys is training ethics. If you guys are not training and pushing yourselves, you know, I'm not talking about just going to get you a little 5-minute workout or get you 3 rounds in. That's not going to help you beat us. You know, that's not going to help you beat the Jack Feltons. That's not going to help you beat the Zolts, the Richie Verses, the Elijahs, you know, the Robbies. That's not going to help you beat us. Say it again.
Yeah. The people that never get tired.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm talking about machines that never get tired. And I didn't got to train. Exactly. I didn't got to train with Robbie and Jack in the jungle, and they left me. You know, so I know those animals don't get tired. Like, really. And you and I have got to train with Jack and, you know, got to see what he does. That's an animal that don't get tired.
That man came to visit us in Houston, guys. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a quick story. And then Lawson Plummer, I'm going to get to your question. I promise I am. But Jack Felton came to visit us here in Houston. Lump was living here. It was about a year. He had just moved out here, but Lump was here about a year. And Jack decided we wanted to come out, hang out. We wanted to work out. We got him some seminars and things like that, set up privates. And we, of course, wanted to train. So at the time, I believe it was a weekend. And we were going to go run.
Actually, no. Jack came out early during the week because we were going to, I think, the Georges or Pee Wee's tournament that weekend.
That's right. We were going to a New Orleans tournament. You're exactly right. That's what it was. And we decided we were going to train. And we were getting ready to leave. And we wanted to run because I actually, if nobody believes it, I do like to run. I don't do sprints, but I like to run long distances. And so Jack said, okay, let's go. So if anybody knows anything about Houston, Texas, we have a beltway, and I lived on the outside of the beltway, which meant we were on the outside, like the Katy area, Memorial.
That's where we were. Yes.
This man ran, Jack Felton ran, let's say from Highway 6 all the way into Houston, going to the Beltway, which is over 5 miles.
Yes.
I say I ran until it got dark and I couldn't find him anymore. I went to get my car to go and find him, and he ran all the way back. So that's about 10 miles that this man has ran in about 2 hours.
Really?
It's impossible. He never got tired, and he ran like a machine, and then looked at us like, "What's next?" No, what's next? I'm done.
I'm going to lay down. I trust and believe, guys. I didn't even get 5 miles out that damn day. I didn't even give you 5 miles that damn day.
It was over. It was no more.
Yeah, I was in last. And once I saw you turned around, I was like, "Well, is he gonna come this way?" Forget it. I'm going back to the house. The mosquitoes are coming.
No. But no, that's it.
Yeah, but you know, guys, that's that. You know, for you guys, you know, dedication, hard work. You know, acting like you supposed to be there. If you're in that final fight and you know you're fighting the Jack Felton, act like, first of all, you got to act like you're supposed to be there.
Right.
You're supposed to be like, oh God, yeah, I'm fighting Jack Felton. What am I supposed to do? Hell, if you want to know what to go do, he got 1,000 fights on YouTube. Go watch him. Right there. I go study fighters in the finals. I'll study your tail in the finals. Right there. You know, I don't have to go ask that question of what I need to do to you, because that person that did something to him is not going to do it the same way I'm going to do it, or throw a technique the same way I'm going to throw the technique. So, I can't go over and just like, oh, what did you hit him with? This person might have hit him with an underneath back fist. Well, can my big butt get out and do it underneath back fist? No. So I have to figure out something else to throw. And I'm not talking about me, guys. I'm not big right now. I'm way far from big right now. Right. You guys don't see it.
We gotta get to Lawson Plummer's question. What is your traditional art, Lump, your traditional style? And the next question he wrote, do you think traditional helps you in the sport and vice versa?
Oh, wait.
Well, me personally, I'm Taekwondo, Korean Junri system, Taekwondo. And I believe that it definitely helps me. I used to be a better kicker than I am. People may not believe it, but I did kick once in my life. And because of basketball and karate, combination of those things, my knees don't work the way they do, and I've got older. But yes, I do believe traditional karate helps you in the sport. It helps you with your basics. It helps you with your mental stability, your mental strength.
It helps you transition.
Where you know that you've been through something hard, a little bit more hardcore than what we do today in the sport karate. Because sport karate, again, is more a little semi-contact, not as hardcore as some of the traditional fighting and things like that. So yes, I do think that it helps us out a lot. What do you think, Lump?
Well, my background is American freestyle, as which Mr. Plowden is Taekwondo. But being that he was involved in sport karate, he transitioned things into us because we were into sport karate tournaments, so we still have traditional forms, traditional Taekwondo forms, the Paigu forms we do. Choreo is one of our black belt forms that we have to learn. But when it comes to the fighting end of it, Mr. Plowden had felt like throwing back leg kicks was not the closest to the person trying to be in a point fight. So he taught us, to be able to use the front leg. And Taekwondo, back then it was all about legs, no hands. His thing was transitioning because he got one of the best reverse punches I have ever seen him throw at somebody. You can ask a couple people. I'm not going to mention their names because they was part of us at one moment. So I'm going to leave their name off the board. But I have watched that man punch through somebody.
We both going to leave it off. We going to both leave it
just
off.
Because they were part of us at one moment. Big shout out because they're doing some bigger things now in life, but I did get to watch him punch through somebody's body and literally watch his hand come out of the other side of them. I tell you guys.
Hey, in the middle of the ring. Here.
Yeah, literally, so honestly, does traditional karate help with our sport? Yes, it does, because it gives us a sense of knowing techniques. It gives definitely that, but I also feel like it helped us transition into the sport that we are, because a lot of traditional martial artists don't bounce.
Yes, exactly.
Our sport, you have to be on your toes. You have to be on your toes. Learn how to be able to change kicks up. Traditional karate. You better learn that. Also to put into your sports side of it.
Now with the Olympics and karate being incorporated into the Olympics, I think traditional fighting is going to blow up even more. I swear, if I wasn't so old, I would try it, just because I do come from a traditional background.
It would have been nice.
When you do AOK for so long in Texas, that is like your traditional fighting. So it would be a lot easier for people to start traditional, stick with traditional fighting, and then kind of incorporate it into trying for the Olympics or doing those WKF tournaments to try that out. So, traditional is very important to karate. It's always good to know your basics.
You better know your roots.
Know where you came from. Know all of that.
When is the next?
When the Diamonds was awesome. I watched it in just the commentary. Oh, Andrew.
Well, let me say this. Let me tell you guys this so y'all can understand where me, my coach / mentor / daddy / instructor come, where him and I see eye to eye at this. My job is to be in the fucking finals. I'm not there to do it. I did it then because I didn't fight well enough to be in that finals. I enjoy doing it with you guys as well. So we never know when we're going to do it again, because me and Mimi, we're going to be in that final. So
I wish and hope I'm always in the final.
Always, so it's cool to be able to do the show also, but when I go to that tournament though, I'm look, you guys got to know I have a list, and I pulled a few tickets last year, and their numbers came up this year. I'm ready to see their ass. So you guys better know what's up. I'm telling you now. You guys better know what's up this year. That's what a humbleness. That's not me bragging.
Alex, I got a question for Alex because I know he can hear us. I've been seeing all these teams, K-Top, Proper, everybody has been coming up with these great pickups, and even with Josh with his new team,
TD, big shout out.
With their new team and things like that. I know that Alex and WKF are going to be picking up somebody soon. I know they are. And that should be the next Point Fighter Radio. He should have a show surprise.
Well, you know what? Mimi, honestly, if you watch his team at AmeriKick, those three boys showed out. They were the underdogs. They have Zane,
and then they made it all the way to the finals. They fought hard.
Exactly. Who have Zane, who doesn't really come out a lot, but who is an awesome fighter. I done got to be in front of him. Pablo, who has grown to have so much confidence in himself.
Yes.
And Pablo, RG, Pablo, that's RG, everybody know RG, that's one of my favorite fighters right there, boy.
We know where RG come from.
Yeah, so I know his roots. So I think Alex had an awesome team. The key thing is making sure that whoever he picks up, that they fit in. It's good to have a good fighter on your team. It's good to have a good fighter on your team, but what's the chemistry? What's the chemistry between the players on the team with the new player? You have to make sure they have good chemistry.
Hey, great show tonight. Like, damn, you guys killed it.
Hey, I try not to cuss, Alex. I try to keep it low. I ain't want them to hear that.
It was just like talking to me and Lone. We just had fun. Just enjoying what we.
Yeah, but yeah, to answer your question, now we have just 4 guys, right, on the team because we added Jeremy.
Big shout out, Jeremy Friend K from Quebec.
Well, I can't say his name. That's my boy, but yeah, you did add him. My bad, I forgot.
So he's like that missing piece.
Yeah,
and also we got Tom Roberts as well.
Oh yeah, Big Tom who comes out. That's right, Big Tom.
That's right, the Canadian.
And is Carolyn still with you, Alex?
No, I have no women fighters now.
You have no women fighters?
No.
Oh.
And are there some free agent women out of there? I'm just asking you. Are there some free agent women out there? No, I'm messing.
I'm messing. Alex. A free agent. So let's see. Rumor mill. Rumor
there
mill
you go.
right
I was just about to say that.
Rumor mill. We got 2 rumor mill.
You heard it first. Point Fighter.
Yeah,
that's the new
right there. Also, big shout out to Jason Chin. It's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people do know. I'm not going to get into deep details of that, but big shout out to Mr. Chin. Guys, Mr. Chin has really lifted our damn sport up. You guys can go back. You guys can go back. 5, not even 10 years ago, when Top 10 wasn't the sale over here. Guys, everybody was buying ASG gear. No matter what the material done, everybody was buying ASG gear.
Right.
To just throw him to the side, throw him to the curve, knowing that he wasn't doing it for the money, he was going to do something different for our sport. He wanted us to have flavor to our sport. And you guys, don't just throw him under the bus like that. A big shout out. I respect Mr. Chen a whole lot. Mr. Chen has done a lot for me personally, has done a lot for the teams I've been on personally.
Ditto. Yes.
Yeah, I that's for sure. So, Mr. Chen, I'm truly thankful to have you a part of, not only the team I'm on, but a part of my life personally. Mr. Chen definitely has a good heart, man. He has a good heart.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Jason. I mean, I'm really open about this. Like, if it wasn't for Jason, there will be no Point Fighter Live because I was out of the sport. I was out, and he brought me back, and boom, it happened. And before him, there wasn't any gear sponsors.
That's what I'm talking about. None.
Not anybody that sponsored teams. They were just in it to make their own money.
Make their money. Sell their material.
everything back to the sport. You had people around forever, Century, Matro, things like that, SAP, and they didn't actually give back until Jason came in and did
exactly.
that. He was like the revolution for everything and everyone. If he can do it, we want to do it. But we're just all thankful for Jason because he is
sure. Not only being being able to have a custom gear of my own through them, but I'm just thankful that that man has really, really, really done a lot for me. And when All Stars broke up, good amount of years ago, 5+ years ago, I didn't go with top 10. The day I got on All Stars was the same day Mr. Chin had put out that ASG was about to be the new sponsor for All Stars. So I felt like I came with him. My loyalty, it lies more with him because, that was my sponsor. And if the team decides to leave the sponsor, that's different. I'm a player, and I'm thankful for that because he is the reason why I'm back with my instructor on the team. I'm back with that one person, that coach I believe in so much. Yeah, I'm back home. I'm back home, and I felt like without him, that wouldn't have happened, Alex. So I definitely understand. That love for it. He brings the joy back to us for sure.
No, and like I said, now you have Century. You got top 10,
SAP,
everybody,
right?
Quan, yeah,
Macho, everybody's in. So he kind of showed those people, those companies, that it actually works. So now we have over 10 teams right now sponsored by
him.
Yeah. By some type of martial arts company.
Yes.
Yeah, by martial arts company.
Yes. Because before that, there was zero.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing. The sponsors came from outside of the martial arts. Yeah. People had picked up sponsorships from Dunkin' Donuts being one. SES being one. Firefighters being one.
Things like that. They were outside of karate.
Carl Lewis
now you
being
have all
one.
these martial arts. Have people putting back into the sport, putting back into it. It can only grow from here, guys. It can only get better.
Yeah,
so it's crazy. It's crazy how he also did different groups. He sponsors different teams. You know what I mean?
Right. He didn't put
crazy.
He spread.
No. Yeah. And Alex, what's so crazy? Because he opened the door. He was probably the first U.S. team to sponsor a European team before top 10 sponsored anybody over here.
Yeah.
Team-wise. The first team top 10 has really sponsored has been All Stars. That has happened in the last 3 years. She had a European ASG team over there.
Yeah, they did.
So that's why I say he didn't even give it back to just the U.S.
Yeah, he opened the eyes to every other company.
He's Michael Jordan of karate.
Yeah. So shout out to him. It was his birthday this week. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Chin.
Yes, sir. And you guys have your own gear, right? You have your own signature gear with ASG too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir. We have our signature gear with ASG. I'm getting ready to make the next set, getting ready to come out maybe at the end of the year. We'll be dropping the new lump 7s. So stay tuned. Yes. Stay tuned. Like we say, we're growing sport. It's just awesome, man, to be able to have.
Hey, so great show. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Let's give a shout out one more time, a plug on your seminar.
Oh yeah,
Grand Slam Open.
Grand Slam Open, 4/20, April 20, 2018. From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I'll be on that early morning. At 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Doswell, Virginia. Come join us, guys.
Learn how to have fun. Learn how to relax. Learn how to be a champion. I know you guys have learned from a lot of other people, but come see a different aspect. Come learn in a different way. Come out and let's just have some fun.
And guys, the ones who do sign up and who have already signed up, man, don't come in like you Mr. Know-It-All. Please don't. Come in with a clear head. Come in with an open mind. So you can get some information that you have not probably heard. Or you can take some and put with the information you have heard, but don't come in like, I already heard that from somebody before, or I already done this move with somebody else before. We're not there to teach you how to throw a reverse punch.
Guys. I'm ready to work.
Yeah. We're not there to teach you how to throw a reverse punch or a round kick or a side kick, guys. You know, we're more into the mentally mindset of everything now. So it's not about that part of throwing a proper side kick this way because you come from this side of karate. No. Come in here ready to have fun, enjoy, crack some jokes with us, be laughing, you know, talk about Mimi and her glasses. She may have her contacts on for you guys.
Come in and help me beat him up. We need to get that.
All right, guys. So April 20th, Doswell, Virginia. The other people, I'll see you guys this weekend. Whoever's going to Ocean State, safe travels.
I'll be in San Antonio and then Austin.
Yeah.
And then
safe travels to the guys who's going to Louis tournament. Once again, happy Easter, guys. We hope you sat back and enjoyed this show with us. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. We were trying to get it together, but I hope you guys enjoyed.
Great show.
Once again.
Great show.
Yeah, 100.
Great show, guys. I enjoyed it. I'll see you the next time. Happy Easter.
Impact Nation, ASG, stand up, FLA. Big shout out to my
Power, baby.
Squads. Power. Big shout out to the MBK squad. Big shout out to Mimi and her Longhorns.
Power, baby. Woo.